Taurus Collective. How are you doing? I hope the lighting is enough. I didn't feel like turning on my bedroom light, so I just have the window light. And I am super congested right now. I don't know if it's the seasonal change or the fact that I just did a deep dusting cleaning yesterday. Or I don't know, my sage was supposed to come in. It said it was delivered. It was not delivered. So you could be under attack right now. I feel like the whole collective is under attack right now. We have this sort of threatening. I'm probably gonna have to pause and blow my nose so I can make it through this reading. But yeah, the whole collective is kind of under this threat of this false moon. So there's like a shadow false moon, which is actually an asteroid. All right. PT5 is the name of it. So maybe something with PT, maybe something with number 5. It's like threatening lack, right? So it's like all of our shadows are lingering right now in this space of trying to make our way to the sun, right? Trying to make our way to the divine truth, right? And stay on the divine path. So you will be tested. Maybe check your Saturn placements. That energy could really be taunting you right now. My Saturn's in Capricorn, so the devil is out here. We'll read the shadows first. Let's see what's going on for Taurus. Yeah, the two of Pentacles, the devil, the moon, 5 of Cups. Well, dag nabbit if that isn't everything I just said. So it's trying to maintain balance. Also, 2s are about decisions, right? 2s are about choosing one path, letting another go. So you could be choosing between a new job, something that brings you stability, like choosing yourself, choosing your stability over whatever cycle you're letting go of. And see, these are like, it's the star, right? But it's in, maybe you have something to do with an Aquarius, right? But it's in this this black dial. In this dial is like a number. We'll get back to that. Maybe somebody's trying to call you. Maybe this is about heeding your calling, right? So the star is wish fulfillment. It's also that like divine guidance and protection. And the star, our star, is the sun, and it illuminates the moon. So it's almost like this, the black sun, black old sun, or the shadow of the mirror of the sun that reflects its light is the moon. So it's like we receive our light in the darkness from the sun via the moon. And so we have this kind of like, again, maybe trying to decipher what is intuition and what is fear, because we have the moon and the devil, right? So it's like, what's our intuition? What's pulling our strings? What attachments do we have to the unknown, to fear, to things that are holding us back, right? If you believe they put a man on the moon, do you believe they put a man on the moon? Also REM, Man on the Moon, which is one of my favorite comedies with Jim Carrey, who is a Capricorn. So there's devil Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. Maybe you've got, a stellium of Capricorn, or Capricorn in your moon, or some kind of placements. Or again, something with your Saturn is attachments to the old. We have the High Priestess here. We're the High Priest. we're the Hierophant. All right, I'll take you, okay. She keeps trying to jump out. We are the High Priest. And not so ironically, I burned this card with my sage one time. And it's just, funny that she has her arms folded over her chest, like guarding herself. And see, we have this sort of dark moon back here, lurking, and then we have like a moon, our intuition. There's fear, right? Because fear in the 3D is helpful, right? It's how we navigate this 3D world. It's how we navigate this terrestrial plane, and we keep ourselves safe, right? If we're walking barefoot and we see some we spot some broken glass, right? We don't want to walk on that, right? So there's not a, maybe you have a phobia of glass, broken glass, but it's healthy to be like, it's a on the righteous path. There is fear, right? Biblically speaking, you should fear God, right? And it's not so much fear God himself, whatever you call God, but the absence of God. All right, so there is like a fear, and also R.E.M. sings Losing My Religion. So you could be struggling with your own belief system, right? Our belief systems bring us stability. Our faith brings us stability in trying times. And so you could be really struggling with what you believe and feeling like you're kind of losing faith. Your faith is definitely being tested because you are close to God. And I feel like Taurus is particularly tested. First of all, look at the little bitch ass horns on this guy. He's not going to do any damage with the bull, okay? So y'all are good. But we're the High Priest, right? And the feminine aspect to that, the intuition, is the 5D, is the High Priestess, right? So you could be dealing with a Pisces. We have the moon here. You could be dealing with a Pisces. Have Pisces somewhere in your chart. But regardless, there's a test of the intuition here. All right, so we have the 5 of Cups. See, 5 of Cups is that lack, right? And also PT5, it's like that moon energy, that water cups energy is sort of testing you. It could be people from your past, right? Our moon is all about our feelings, right? But it looks like if you stay, when you're one up on a narcissist, or which is, the devil is the ultimate narcissist, right? The ultimate false magician, the ultimate manipulator, gaslighter, all of that. Like, they're just that fucker. So if you're dealing with someone like that, or if you've dealt with someone like that, after a while, once you one up on them, you kind of become the narcissist's narcissist. You're sort of like a criminal profiler, and you can kind of laugh at it, right? And sort of not be as fazed by it, right? If you've ever been in the medical industry, or really anything. I was going to say the military, the medical industry. If you've been in like social services, right? It's like if you're a paramedic, right? Once you see so much trauma, right? And we're children of chaos here. We're cycle breakers. We're fixing and mending and healing all the shit that the ones before us weren't able to, for whatever reason. And it doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter why, because you'll never get a proper why. You'll never get a why that is that makes sense, right? It's just, you need to just understand the how. The feminine is the why. Emotions are why. Virgo is our why, Earth sister, and maybe you have a Virgo sister, or a placement, but Capricorn is our how. Like, they're just the let's do it. maybe they're like the when, right? So there's like the why and there's like the masculine and the feminine aspects of asking questions. So it doesn't matter why somebody hurt you. It doesn't matter why your parents didn't heal their cycles. You get to a point where it almost becomes comical when, if you've ever just seen, it wasn't comical when you were younger, I'm sure, but now that you're an adult and you're not in that space, if you have a narcissistic, like a grandiose narcissistic parent that throws temper tantrums and all of that, it was probably very traumatic for you growing up, I'm sure. But now it's almost like, I'm not listening to you. I don't need to listen to you. Like, for a long time, that could have been like the voice in the back of your mind, whispering in your ear, right? Gaslighting you by proxy. Like, even if they weren't even in your space, it's like their energy was still gaslighting you. Their energy was still manipulating you and putting you in this place of unworthiness, right? But in this, they're sort of like, la 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 la, not listening, right? But that reminds me of the conversation that Gollum has, where it's Smeagol and Gollum having that conversation, where it's nobody likes you, and Smeagol's like, not listening, right? And you know, I mean, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, I don't know what you've been doing with your life. Maybe being, I don't know, active in society or something. But for those of us who have seen it many times, you know what happens to Smeagol, Gollum. Inevitably, the ring is his demise, right? The devil, Lord Sauron, is his demise. And that attachment to low self-worth, right? Low self-esteem, and secular behaviors like being a thief, being a murderer, being, being a creeper. So yeah, you could have somebody from your past that's like pulling a page of swords, and like you can feel their energy. Maybe they are actively trying to pursue you. Maybe that's that call. Someone could be trying to call you, reach out to you. But just listen to the call of the divine, right? Keep yourself empowered, right? And keep yourself, as you're tested, there's something about keeping your energy pure so that you don't succumb to this, right? Keep your ears plugged to that voice. So we have the Empress here. That's good. We like to see that. You're in your energy. You are in your feminine power here. We've got the World, fixed signs, all right? Two of Pentacles again. All right. So we got the Two of Pentacles here to clarify the Devil. And then we've got the King of Pentacles. Could be dealing with an earth sign. What do we have here? Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Temperance, Queen of Swords. Yeah, ignore that shit. Actually, I'm gonna put that back because I can do what the fuck I want. And look what happens when you put that Five of Pentacles energy back. You get the Emperor. He kind of leapt out and was sort of like trying to tuck himself underneath this table here. So yeah, you could have someone who's pretty shy, and maybe you are picking up on your person really struggling with all of these tests, right? Because we have the Moon and the Empress here. There's a lack of clarity. There is some confusion. So you could be like, I'm not feeling tested by any of this, but maybe, you're connected to your person. So you could be picking up on their energy. You could be picking up on their devil energy. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn. Again, I don't know if I said that. I don't want to, I don't want to just look at the devil as only the devil and frown at Capricorn, right? But we've got the King of Pentacles here, and we've got the Emperor, which is Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries, but it can also be Capricorn, right? I interpret it as that anyway. So we have the Two of Pentacles twice. This Two of Pentacles is here with the devil behind her, but she's dancing, she's looking the other way, she's not paying attention to this lurky energy. So again, you could have somebody that is watching you, that is trying to, maybe they see you dancing under the moon and they see you in like the Fool aspect, and they're very much in the Emperor aspect, which the Emperor doesn't pursue anyone but the Empress, but it's like, but they're not, the Emperor is also not someone who's gonna like chase or be very obvious in their approach. There's someone who's going to maybe be more subtle, and they're very cautious, and they're going to make sure that when they make the move, which can take a long time, sometimes never, because if you stay in the feminine aspect of the Empress doesn't pursue. Feminine never pursues, the masculine pursues. If you're a female and you're pursuing, you're in your masculine energy, right? It's that simple. But energetically speaking, masculine pursues and feminine receives. But the feminine also can drop a handkerchief, right? So maybe you're dropping hints if you're the feminine, right? Maybe you're dropping hints for this Emperor. If you're the masculine, right? Then yeah, you could be tested. I feel like the masculine is more tested by the faith and the fear now with the way that he came out. But the Two of Pentacles, to clarify, the devil here is like, and Two of Pentacles is also Capricorn energy, so it is like breaking that cycle. See, that's this 8, also like 8 of Pentacles energy. Somebody's really working on themselves, really working on their approach, working on their own stability, making sure, because that's the thing, is the Emperor and the Empress, they don't accept anybody but an Emperor and Empress. Now this could be someone who's in maybe a pre-Emperor energy, the way that they were kind of like fumbling and stuff. So they could still just be making sure that they're not going to approach the Empress unless they know that they are an Emperor, right? They're not going to send a message, they're not going to communicate and reach out unless they're totally sure that they are in their Emperor energy. So this could be somebody who's just making sure. See, there's this, I accidentally scratched it, but I think I scratched it. I don't think that it's part of the card, because the way that it's scratched through all the colors there, but it's like a which, yeah. Okay, there's my confirmation. I scratched it. But it's like a tether, right? It's like they're making sure that they don't have any more attachments, right? So maybe, and there could be kids involved, this could be family relations, right? This King of Pentacles, this Emperor, feels like they are just making sure to, or maybe doing something with that 8 of Pentacles energy to clear out any attachments, make sure that they're not dealing with a controlling mother, dealing with, maybe they have to leave a job, right? Because with the Two of Pentacles earlier, we talked about maybe a new, work pursuit, right? Maybe they have to get out of something. I don't feel like it's a relationship, because an Emperor and an Empress they're someone who has been single, right, for a divine amount of time, right, which is an indefinite number, right? It's the divine timing is they have done the work of all the major arcana, right? And they have been single long enough that they are, they've reinvested in themselves. They've built up their energetic bank accounts. probably their literal bank account as well, especially with the King of Pentacles here, the Emperor. Aries energy, Pentacles energy is very much a boss, right? So it's like they, maybe they started up a entrepreneurship and they just want to make sure that they're going to have enough stability to provide for this Empress, right? To keep, because that's the job of the divine masculine, right? That's like the responsibility and the divine purpose of the masculine is to protect and to lead and to provide for the feminine in the 3D. And the feminine's job and divine purpose is to protect and nurture and provide for the masculine in the 5D, right? So, which means the masculine has to do that for himself first, and the feminine has to do that for herself first. That's why they're the divine couple. That's why they're the Emperor and the Empress. They are also the magician, right? With that infinity symbol, that strength and the magician both have in the Rider-Waite Tarot, they both have that infinity symbol. So 8, right, could be dealing with Leo, or again, a Virgo, could be like a cusper. Maybe they have, maybe they're a life path number 8. Something with the infinity symbol, it's also about breaking those cycles, right? Deciding which one is the past, which one is the future, right? So this is dealing with the present moment. This is like be here, be now. These two individuals are very much in the present moment. They're not attached to anything else. So if there's any challenge in that, which is why you're watching this, otherwise if you were in this connection, you wouldn't have any need to watch this. If you're watching this because of a new connection, it's unlikely that that's your divine connection, right? Unless you are, you haven't really come together and you're just the masculine watching and observing the feminine to make sure, am I up to snuff, right? Am I going to be able to provide? Maybe they just launched into a new business, entrepreneurship, right? That's what the Emperor does. It's what Aries does. They are the entrepreneur. So maybe they just want to make sure that they're going to be able to provide for you. And yeah, I don't see that there's any sort of, maybe something with the mother, with the 5 of Cups, but I don't see 3 of Cups or, you know, anything where it's like there's an attachment to any sort of romance. I feel like these individuals have been single for a while. They're independent. They're doing okay on their own. But with the Pentacles being a challenge here, and the Devil being clarified by both and lurking on the other, yeah, I feel like it's more work-related, stability-related, maybe health-related, right? They could be wanting to, you know, adjust a couple things in their diet. Maybe they've been like losing weight, to, you know, just taking care of their physical appearance, but also their internal health, right? Because Pentacles are health and wealth. So it's, which are very physical. It's 3D, and that's the masculine energy, right? So it's, oh, that is such good coffee. I just love good coffee. So maybe they're just working on their health. They're doing a cleanse. They maybe they have some, this is specific, but maybe they had like a sort of deadline to being single, to being celibate, to being sober, right? Maybe they've been like going through that, and maybe they wanted to do a year, right? I have the video on why you should be single for a year according to tarot, and that is just loosely so that you can go through each of the seasons. But I think that there's a reason recovery programs say you should be single for a year, because yeah, you likely struggle with seasonal depression. You likely struggle with, you know, being tested through like a quarterly phase, right? We all have to go through the seasons. Now, females go through the seasons every month. We're constantly going through the seasons, right? As we mirror the phases and the cycles of the moon. with our menstrual cycle, with our hormonal cycle. That's something that we just go through. So good luck, guys. But we as human beings go through an annual cycle through the seasons, and each season influences us differently. And if we are influenced by someone else, then it's difficult to, nearly impossible, if not impossible, to determine what is going on within us, because we are so influenced by someone else's energy. So being single, I always suggest a year minimum. And if that seems like it's so long or you can't wait that long, then you really need it. Right? If you can't wait a year, if you can't be single, if you can't sit with yourself, the year is the most challenging. The first year of a relationship is the most challenging time. If you can make it through that, well, you need to give that to yourself before you give it to anybody else. I don't know why I feel annoyed by saying that, because I feel like somebody out there is kind of like, maybe just sort of, I want somebody in my life, you know. I get it. Like, I get that it can be lonely, but just remember how lonely you felt when you were surrounded by lower vibrational people. So you don't want to get into something else where you pour all of yourself into it and you're not ready to do that, and it's non-reciprocal, and so you're gonna devalue your investment that is yourself and your energy. Keep your divine energy strong, right? I got off on a tangent. I was saying something about the Emperor here, but we'll get back to it. So the world is the fixed energy, right? So Pentacles, masculine energy, it's taking care of your health and your wealth. Yeah, maybe they had a timeline and they just want to make sure that they fulfill that and honor that promise that they made to themselves to stay single for a year, or to not engage in anything with anybody else until they've reached a certain amount of money in their bank, or until they've got to a sort of landmark in their path, right? In their work, in their life path. With the world, they could be moving, right? So maybe you and your person are in different places, and they are actually making the big moves in the 3D, in the physical and the tangible, in their work and in their home environment, to come towards the feminine, or to set it up so that they can bring the feminine to them, right? So with the world, there could be travel there. Maybe they're leaving a job where they traveled, or you are leaving a job where you traveled. And so you need to come to a place where you guys are more stable. So you're in Pentacle energy, so you're in your Earth energy, right? Tauruses don't want to be, tossed around or have anything that's too unpredictable or unsafe. Safe emotionally, right? And nobody wants to be, or nobody should want to be in anything that's unsafe physically. But yeah, with the King of Pentacles, to clarify, the Five of Cups, that's standing in your worth. Pentacles are worth. Like, this is not listening to this. If you feel like you're being pulled to listen to this, that's the advice, and it sounds so simple, but don't listen to that. So you may have to take active approaches to cut that energy out and that influence out. You may have to block your mother, right? You may have to move away with the world. Maybe you have to move away to get this Two of Pentacles balance here, right? Maybe where you are is not going to be conducive and supportive of this divine union. So the King of Pentacles is like, and it takes a while to get the King of Pentacles moving, or any of the Pentacle parties to move, just like the Bull. But once they get going, they're unstoppable. So this is someone who is steadfast. So if you feel like you're in this energy, you're like, I'm feeling steadfast, I was dealing with that, I've moved, I've gotten out of my job, I've been single, I'm ready, then we've got the Emperor and the Empress here. It's coming. Like, it's not very far away. So we have the Three of Pentacles, so that's collaboration. Eight of Cups, Moving away, the Eight of Cups with the Emperor here. Yeah, that's moving away from something that feels like a past cycle. So yeah, I don't feel like it's love, but with Cups here, it is something that was emotionally draining. Now, if it was a relationship, maybe there's a child involved, and so, or some sort of reason why they had to communicate. What's that movie? Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow. Such a good movie. Where the one lover, you know, she has two options. She's got the past cycle and a new cycle. And in one, she makes the train, and the other, she doesn't make the train. The sliding doors. But the new cycle is, I don't know his name. He's the brother from The Mummy. And it's very funny, he's Scottish. But anyway, he keeps up an affront. His mother is sick, and he keeps up an affront with his ex-wife while his mom is, because his mom is dying, and so he doesn't want to disrupt his mom's idea of kind of the world and the world that she's leaving behind, or probably doesn't want her to worry about him being single, like, oh, your marriage didn't work out, and now I'm your mother, and I'm gonna die, and I'm not gonna be able to help or do anything about that. Whatever his reasons are, but that's just what I gathered from the film. But he's keeping up, he's like saving face, keeping up an affront, and so it might, but it's not like it's like a white lie, right? Now, I don't like any sort of lies. I'd rather just have like the truth in its entirety. But maybe, and that's very specific, but maybe there's something like that going on with the masculine, and that's why they're sort of like, I have to wait for this door to close, and so I don't feel like they're attached to the feminine or to like their past union emotionally, but there may be some sort of legal or something in the 3D that's keeping them to where they still have to communicate. And I don't feel like Tauruses are up for that. And this person knows that, right? And if you are a Taurus masculine, then you know you wouldn't like that. You wouldn't want to be dealing with that. So it's like, they don't want to bring any of that. They're closing a door, right? The sliding doors. They're closing the door. And we have the Fool taking a leap of faith, moving, right? This person is like taking what they have and moving. So yeah, maybe they were separated for a long time, but their divorce hasn't finalized yet. Maybe they're not with that person anymore, but something legal. There's still some sort of legal attachment before they can come toward you. But they want to come toward you. The Emperor and the Fool, there's Aquarius and Aries again. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Aquarius, or someone in that energy of, they want to come to you like a child, right? They want to come to you free, no attachments. Maybe they have a dog. Maybe they travel with a dog. That's more specific, but yeah, maybe they're like a minimalist. Maybe they travel with a dog. With the World here. Let's see. Three of Pentacles. They want to come together and like work with you, and they want to be a holy trinity together, which is the divine masculine, divine feminine, and the divine creation, right? So they want to create with you. They want to be able to create with you, and they know that sacral chakra could be a Scorpio, but they know that they can't create, right? Death. Scorpio is all about, Pluto and Scorpio are all about, I also get with the dog here, Pluto. Merry Christmas, Pluto! You know, like, Mickey Mouse. I don't know, maybe there's something with Disney, maybe there's, I don't know. Well, we'll come back to that. I'm going to finish my other thought. but it's like they know that they can't create until they've brought death to something. So again, that very specific storyline, but maybe they're waiting for somebody to die physically. Maybe they're waiting for this maternal influence, right? Maybe this was someone who was very toxic with their upbringing, but maybe they had to step in and like take care of this person because they were on their deathbed. And so it's like they're just sort of, they don't want this to be in the new connection because it wouldn't be divine. They don't want this energy to be influencing, like they don't want you to meet this person. They don't want this person to touch you, right? They're going to protect the feminine without a doubt. Like, without a doubt, like this person puts a lot of doubt in your ear, something about this person or this entity, this energy. And so, yeah, maybe they have to sign paperwork, go through the will. Maybe they're like dealing with family stuff to close that cycle out, because they don't want to bring you into that there, because they're not at their best and they want to be at their best. So it's like they're bringing death to this cycle. That could be metaphorically, or that could be, literally, maybe somebody just passed or is about to pass, and so they could be waiting on that. I just want to like get some toothbrushes up there. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Magician. So yeah, the divine magician, or the divine alchemist, the ultimate creator, is the Magician. And in the other deck, the Magician has the Two of Pentacles, the infinity symbol above them. So yeah, this is somebody who I feel is, maybe they've been single for a while, but there's something about their current state of affairs, something that they are dealing with, I feel, in the 3D, legally written, something that's making them sort of like, okay, that has to finish, and then I need to check back in with my box of, I don't want to say box of tricks, because they're not going to trick you, but my box of toys, right? The Island of Misfit Toys. It's like they are going to be checking back in with their, also I get like the Island of Misfit Toys, and this sort of like, looks like a Christmas package here. Yeah, Christmas with the bloodline. Maybe they have a Capricorn parent. Also, Capricorn season is Christmas season. So something with Christmas time could be very challenging. Also, it's touching on seasonal depression. So yeah, maybe they are just tapping back into their elements and rebuilding their power. They're sort of just checking back in with what they know and what has worked for them, because something recently, I feel, has knocked them off their balance and put them in a place of fear. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is, they're choosing. Maybe the year of the dragon, we're in the year of the dragon, so I feel like by Christmas time this year, you're going to have clarity, or you will be in your union. This person is like, now is the time, right? With the Fool that's taking a leap of faith, if they weren't dealing with any of that stuff, any of those attachments or whatever, and I don't want to say like they were just dealing with fear, because fear is the ultimate deceiver. When you were talking about the difference between intuition and fear, right? Because fear can look like intuition, and intuition can look like fear, depending on where you are. And if you are a child of chaos, I'm like struggling to get my leg. That corner was testing the Emperor, and it's testing my foot. So I don't know what's going on. It's like, when you just drop everything, you're very clumsy in love. You could have been the thing, if you're the feminine. I feel like the feminine could have really thrown the masculine off balance, because maybe they had a good thing going. They had their self-worth, they were looking good, feeling good, they were like in their place. And so it's like to come from the Emperor aspect of the Aries energy to the Fool aspect of the Aries energy is, yeah, they're both Aries, but it's like it's just it's a different mode of operation, different mode of transportation. Also, the secondary meaning is like Aquarius and Capricorn. And Capricorn is the devil, Aquarius is the star, that's Lucifer, that's Venus, right? So something with love is very challenging for this person, right? So check your Venus placement. But yeah, something with love, and also, I mean, Venus is the Empress. So yeah, you could be the thing that challenged them. This Luciferian energy could be the thing that challenged them. It's like you're the light of, you're the light aspect of the devil energy, right? There's like the devil, which is evil, which is lower vibrations, and then there's like Luciferian. I mean, maybe you are with losing my religion. Maybe they were raised by someone who was a very devout Christian or Catholic, where they come from just a very conventional upbringing, religiously speaking. But if you look at Luciferians as a religious practice, it sounds like, oh, they're Satanists. They're not Satanists. They're Luciferians. There's a lighter intention behind their belief systems, but it's more about honoring the 3D. It's more about honoring ourselves as God, ourselves as the vessels for creation. So that's specific as well, but maybe there's something in there. But I feel like not specifically, yeah, Venus is the Empress. And so I feel like that the Empress is like, has scared the heck out of this Emperor. Like, this is someone who's very much a boss, and they feel very timid and shy. And scared am I for things beyond my reach. Maybe they felt like you were, depending on who you are, there's a lot of mirroring here, but the masculine probably felt at one point that the feminine was out of their league, right? And if you think that someone's out of your league, then you're right. Right, so it's like they had to maybe like go back into their bag of tricks, go back into their, which is The Sound of Music and Mary Poppins of getting like the bag of tricks. Right, it's like they're going, which is Julie Andrews, Dame Julie Andrews. She's a dame, I believe. I don't know her sign, but yeah, maybe something with those films, The Sound of Music, Mary Poppins. There's kids, The Nanny. It's also, there's like animation in there. So I was getting that sort of like Disney thing earlier with Mickey Mouse and Pluto. So yeah, something with Disney's, there's something maybe that you or the feminine reminds the masculine of their childhood, and it's like they've climbed out of that, and there's and that's what divine twin flames will do, right? Not karmic twins. Karmic twins or karmic soulmates, false twins, whatever you want to call them, they will challenge the spirit, right? But the twin flames, the divine twin flames, will challenge the ego. So you may have challenged, or the feminine may have challenged this masculine's ego. Maybe you're the same sign as this person. Maybe there's something about the feminine that reminds them of their childhood that is what they've always wanted, but now that they're confronted with it, it's like, oh, I gotta go back into my shadow work. I've gotta go, because that's what the magician does. They go into their shadows, they do that Virgo introspection, they ask all the whys, they like, they self-analyze, they do the self-inventory. That's what this is, like the self-inventory. And yeah, there's something about this season, Christmas, childhood, Disney, right? It's like there's something that's very challenging to the child, the inner child of the masculine. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles again. They're coming in. They're coming in. They want this 100%. Like, Ten of Pentacles here is the union, right? There can't be any fear here. This is the ultimate stability. So we've got this Ace of Pentacles, this King of Pentacles, and this King of Pentacles. Okay? So this is someone who is coming in with a very solid offer. I mean, the Emperor wouldn't offer anything less. Otherwise, they wouldn't be an Emperor. They would be a Page of Pentacles or something else. So yeah. Oh yeah. Let's just see if we can get a little bit about signs that this person's coming in, right? I don't like to try and interpret timelines, although I do feel like it's going to be this year. Maybe around Christmas time. I'm getting a lot of Christmas stuff here. We got the Two of Cups at the bottom here, the Sun, you could be dealing with a Leo, King of Cups and Strength. And the Hangman. So we did have Pisces popping out. We got Leo, the Sun. We've got Strength with that infinity symbol above them. You could have something with infinity, something with life path number 8. Maybe there's 8s in your birthday. Check your 8th house. Yeah, this is the cycle that you asked for, both of you. This is what you manifested. You've made each other for each other. This is what you asked for. This is what you chose, right? This is what you chose. So if you're the masculine, you're in any fear, you're the feminine, you're wondering if this person's going to come in, like it's already happened, all right? Time is non-linear. This has already happened. You've already dreamed of this person, you've already loved this person, you've already died with this person, you've already created with this person. This isn't your first go around. This is your person. All right, let's calm down and not pull out all the cards here. Five of Pentacles popped out again. Why is there a 5 here? Is it just from that moon? Maybe it's going to be after the asteroid leaves, which is November 25th. All right, we've got the Knight of Swords, Two of Wands. Yeah, the Knight of Swords is going to be shooting. You could be dealing with a fire or air sign. It's definitely fire and air are masculine, so I definitely feel like this is, I'm either speaking with a feminine who is like impatiently tapping their fingernails, right? But the Empress is very patient. The Empress is okay. So if you are in that energy of like, when are they coming? And fear is making you feel a sort of 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. You're feeling a lack of stability in your feminine energy with Cups and Pentacles, right? Earth and water. If you're feeling a little bit of a lack there, a little bit of like loneliness, right? Maybe you're going through that seasonal depression. Maybe you are, right? If your person was tested, you're also going to be tested. You'll pick up on the energy of your person. Yeah, we get this 8 of Swords, right? 9 of Wands. This is that waiting, overthinking it. You could be having trouble sleeping because maybe you're trying to, with that High Priestess, that burned High Priestess, right? You could be feeling a little bit, your heart space could be feeling a little bit lonely. Because you're feeding on this. Energetically, you're feeling that your person is tested. That ringing is confirmation. Like, you're feeling your person. They're speaking to you energetically. And they don't want you to give your love to anybody else, right? But they don't want to be rushed either. Like, you can't rush divine union. It's not on your timeline. It's on divine time. So this is, and I'm watching, I just started the Lake House, which I don't want to spoil it, but it's like, wait, right? There's something about this person is like begging you to wait, begging you to be patient, begging you to trust them, right? There's like an energetic plea of, do you trust me, right? Aladdin. Do you trust me? We got the Knight of Swords twice. There's communication, fast communication is coming in. It's like when they come in, it's going to happen very quickly, right? We have the Three of Cups, Page of Cups. This is celebration. They're going to ask you out on a date. They're going to ask you, and I feel like with the Page of Cups, could be an age difference, but I feel like this person's going to approach you in that Fool energy. They're going to come in a very jovial, playful way. So there's going to be a sort of playful message coming in of romance. It's going to be flirtatious, right? It's here. It landed on the Empress. Three of Pentacles again. Three of Wands. A lot of threes. A lot of confirmations. Like I said what I said. I'm coming in. Stop looking. Just, I'm coming. Right? The feminine has already found the masculine in 3D, in their heart space, in their dreams, in their third eye. They've already seen them, and by seeing in the 3D, or I said the third eye, in the 5D, when they're seen in the 5D, it's more felt, right? You may not have a clear picture of who this person is going to be. Maybe you do. Maybe you saw them. Maybe you heard their voice. Maybe you've made love in your dreams. Maybe it feels very much like you know who this person is, and you're just like, get it together, hurry up, you know. But I would say that don't rush your person. You can't rush a bull. So this person is linked to you. So, and if, you know, if they're a fixed sign or if they're Earth, nobody likes to be rushed, but particularly those who are wanting to do it right, which is very Virgo energy, right? This person could be in hermit mode. This person could be in that introspective. We got the Magician, so that's Virgo and Gemini, right? The Magician is also the throat chakra. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, or you're wanting Gemini, which is the lovers, right? And you're dealing with a Virgo or someone who's in that Virgo energy, who's doing this work of that self-inventory to make sure that they've got all the inventory they need before they come into this union. They want to make sure that they can invest properly. They want to do it right. So you don't want to rush them. You don't want them to be in less than. You don't want them to invest. You want them to be able to invest properly and invest 100%. It's going to be amazing, right? It's going to be amazing all around. So yeah, you don't want to rush them. But the Magician is also linked to Taurus, right? So this person is linked to you. They feel your energy and you feel their energy, which is the challenge of the ego, right? It's teaches the Empress, right? The lesson of the Empress is to be patient, trust in your divine feminine energy of waiting to receive what is right for you, right? And the masculine, the lesson there is to choose properly and to pursue someone who's in this energy, right? Someone who's going to be able to, for both of you, right? Someone who's going to be a good teacher and a good student, a good leader and a good follower, right? Because the masculine leads in the 3D, the feminine leads in the 5D, right? She nurtures and guides. It's more of a guiding, right? This is, the masculine is more of a grabbing your hand in a crowded space, and you can close your eyes and trust that they're going to get you to the destination that you both have already put into your soul contract that you wanted to go to, which is that Two of Cups, right? Yeah, Page of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the marathon, right? May not win the race, may not win the foot race, but I feel like with the Nine of Wands, you've dealt with enough of those. Knights of Wands, Nine of Wands, Knight of Wands. I feel like you've dealt with enough of those, like quick moving little fuckboys. But what you want is the Four of Wands, which means both parties have to be in that Two of Wands energy, which I had the Two of Wands here as well. Yeah, my inner Virgo's like, ugh, because this spread is a hot mess. But this is two individuals who have done their Two of Wands work. They've chosen between a past life and a future life, right? This is two people who have made the choice to break a cycle. And wands are magic, right? They've really wielded their magician energy to say, ooh, 55:44 on the clock there. So yeah, you could be a life path 4, life path 5, right? Those could be signs that you're seeing. Pay attention to patterns in time, in symbols, in creatures. Maybe you're seeing a lot of the same creature, right? Look it up. Like maybe you see the same bug over and over. Maybe you're hearing the same sound, right? Maybe you're watching different movies and it feels very random, but there's like the same actor in them, right? Or the same name, right? There's something about patterns. Pay attention to what you're thinking about when you see those patterns, right? Because those are cues from the universe for you to tap into your thoughts and your power of manifestation, because this is what you want, right? So you want to make sure that you're not just like throwing a bunch of like guarded, wounded warrior energy out there, because that's what you will attract. So patterns are an opportunity to correct your thoughts or to to remind you that you're on the right path. So pay attention to your thoughts, and if you're thinking, oh man, I was feeling impatient, or I was feeling annoyed, or I was feeling frustrated, or some sort of devil, egocentric test, right? Then that's a moment for you to go, okay, get out of that. I paid attention to it, which means I acknowledge the thought and I can stop the thought before it takes over my being, before it becomes an emotion, right? You stop it at a thought by paying attention to it like a needy child, right? You just say, hey, I see you. And then they go, watch what I can do. And then they run away, right? They just need attention. They're just like needy attention seekers, thoughts. So just pay attention to it, ask it what it is, what it needs, and then it won't haunt you. It won't interrupt your sleep. It won't suck your mind dry of all of its love juices, right? This is like that false moon energy is making you like, what is that? Is that fear or intuition, right? And you can kind of just ask yourself whenever you see these things. So we have the High Priestess here. She is not guarded. She is open. She has the Tara, but I'm going to say that as like Taurus. BNJ. 2. Maybe those letters mean something. She has the cross here, the T, right? So maybe T's are important. We have that 5 of Cups to finish it off. All right, you have this 2 of Cups waiting. So just check in with yourself. Make sure that you're not paying attention to this. Make sure you're not feeling wounded, looking at the past, looking at what could have been, woe is me, you know, boo-hoo, all that stuff. All right, so just turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of something in the smell. Yeah, so make sure that you just turn around and you pay attention to what you have. So this is expressing gratitude, right? So if you catch yourself thinking of something like woe is me when you have these patterns, or when you see the same thing, it's like the universe is sending it to you over and over again to get to like till you get the hint. Okay, so if you're seeing these things and you catch yourself in a moment like that, go, oh, well, that's a shitty moment. That's not going to help me. and then express something in gratitude. All right. And if it's as simple as thank you for that thought, thank you for that pattern, thank you for that sign, I see you. It's just a recognition that you and the universe are connected with this high priestess energy. Get back into your Hierophant, your feminine Hierophant energy, right? Which is the high priestess. Pisces, third eye. It's tapping into the 5D, tapping into source and what you already know. You already know this is to be true. You've already felt it. It's already come. It's already here. And once you get to that place, the signs are you're gonna keep getting confirmations that they're coming until they confirm it with a message, right? So I hope there was something in here for you. And we have the 10 of Pentacles here as well, and the Hanged Man. So yeah, maybe you're dealing with the Pisces, but there's definitely a lot of Pisces energy because we got all these moons. The moons are doing all kinds of crazy shit recently, and so the collective is really being challenged with their intuition. So just check. Is this fear? Is this intuition? If it's fear, thank you for letting me know. Now I can express some gratitude and attract with I am statements, with I am abundant, I am loved, I am secure, I am right where I need to be. I'm on the path. Okay? Because otherwise this devil energy is going to test you. Like it's gonna deter you from your path. With that 5 energy. Don't let that PT5 come in here and distract you, right? It doesn't even reflect the light. So it's just a lurky shadow energy. It's an asteroid. It doesn't reflect the light. It's not the moon. So focus on the light, okay? And keep it light. Keep it playful. Have fun, right? Dance with your person in the 5D, under the moonlight, in your dreams, until maybe they're going to ask you to go out and go dancing, right? Until you can dance with them in the 3D, okay? So, yeah, I hope there's something in here. Until next time, I wish you well.